An honor to be here, and I'm RJ Pratika. It's an honor for me to come and actually be a part of this amazing event, which would add even more value to our society. And what's Embrace? Why Embrace? We'll talk about it within some time. Can I have a few rounds of applause for all the gorgeous smiles over here? Because I see everybody's so smiling and pleasant. Can I have a few rounds of applause for everybody present here in this auditorium? Am I audible enough? Am I? Thank you. Okay, so without delaying any further, let's stage with a huge round of applause. I would actually like to invite Dr. Kacham, the Chief Operating and Dr. Garu, Head Ops and Dynamics and Kamini Fertility. Could you please have ma'am on the stage? I would like the lovely audience to be very cheering and motivating and make lots of noise. And also Dr. Suresh Consultant, Neonatal and Pediatric. Can we have a few rounds of applause for her? And our guest of honor. Yes. So yes, Amma is Sanaga with the star Chirunavu to please unveil the logo. Can I give count of 3? Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. Can I have a huge applause for the logo of Embrace? As we know, Embrace is much more than mother and child healthcare. It's all about how maternal and child's health is not a series of isolated moments, but a continuous journey that impacts many lives. So, yes, there's the logo. As we have the photo session on, we could also have the video, a short video.
Smile, please. Madam, smile, please.
About our Embrace, how it's going to embrace society. So we can have the video, Surendra Garu.
Hospital's Embrace launch time. I'm here with Dr. Sundara and Dr. Gayatri. Really happy to be a part of this launch today. It's for prenatal and postnatal care for mothers, for holistic living, for their nutrition and well-being of children, well-being of mothers. It's a lovely concept where the whole family comes together, not only the mother, but we are going to be taking care together of a new life. I wish all the very best to Embrace and to Kamini Hospitals.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు కామినేని హాస్పిటల్లో ఎంబ్రేస్ అనే కొత్త ప్రోగ్రామ్ లాంచ్ చేశాము.
ఇది గర్భిణీ స్త్రీలు వాళ్ళకు పుట్టిపోయే పిల్లలు, వాళ్ళకి పుట్టిన తర్వాత పిల్లల్ని చూసుకోవడానికి. ఇది ఏంటి కొత్తగా అంటే ఇవి ఈరోజు కొత్త సమయంలో జెన్ జెడ్, జెన్ ఎక్స్, జెన్ జీ అమ్మాయిల అబ్బాయిలకి ఫ్యామిలీస్ కోసం ఇది కొత్తగా లాంచ్ అయింది. ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ డెలివరీ అంటే ఒక జబ్బు అని చూడకుండా, ఇది ఒక జబ్బు కాదు, పేషెంట్స్ని ఉట్టి పేషెంట్స్గా అదేదో మెడికల్ కండిషన్ లాగా చూడకుండా 360 degrees కేర్ ఇవ్వాలి. సైకలాజికల్ సపోర్ట్, న్యూనేటల్ సపోర్ట్, వాళ్ళకి కొంత ఇంట్లో కూడా సపోర్ట్ ఇవ్వటం. ఎందుకంటే ఫ్యామిలీస్ ఇప్పుడు చిన్న చిన్నగా అయిపోతాయి. ఇంట్లో అమ్మమ్మలు, నాయనమ్మలు, ఇంకా దూరపు చుట్టాలు ఉండేవాళ్ళు ఇదివరకు, ఇప్పుడు ఉండట్లేదు అట్లా. సో అందుకని వాళ్ళకి చాలా సపోర్ట్ ఎక్స్ట్రా. సో పేషెంట్స్ని మన దగ్గర వచ్చే మహిళలను పేషెంట్స్ అనకుండా, అసలు మేము పేషెంట్ అనము, వాళ్ళ ఒక మదర్స్, వాళ్ళని పేరు పెట్టి పిలుస్తాము. నాకు అందరు ఈరోజు ఉన్న పేషెంట్స్ పేర్లు అందరూ తెలుసు, ఈరోజు హాస్పిటల్లో అడ్మిట్ ఉన్న పేషెంట్స్. సో అలా పేషెంట్ని ఒక జబ్బు మనుషుల్లాగా చూడకుండా వాళ్ళని ఒక 360 degrees ఒక మహిళలాగా, ఒక మదర్, ఒక తల్లిలాగా చూసి వాళ్ళని ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ కేర్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళ పిల్లల్ని చూసుకుందామని ఇది కొత్తగా లాంచ్ చేశాము. ఇదివరకు నేను చెప్పినట్లు ఒక పాత నగల్ని మెరుగుపరిచి దానికి ఇంకా తలతల మెరిసేటట్టు చేద్దామని ఇదొక కొత్త అనుభవం. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. మెటర్నిటీయే ఇది, మెటర్నిటీని మనము ఇంకా మెరుగుపరుస్తున్నాం. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ లైక్ ఒక ఓల్డ్ జ్యువెలరీ పీస్ తీసుకొని దాన్ని మళ్ళీ మెరుగుపరిచి జ్యువెలర్ దగ్గరికి పంపించి మెరుగుపరిచి మళ్ళీ తెచ్చుకొని మళ్ళీ ఎలా మనం వేసుకుంటామో అట్లాగే. సో మనం ఉన్న సర్వీసెస్ని వీఆర్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బెస్ట్ సర్వీసెస్. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ మై డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అండ్ ద హోల్ హాస్పిటల్ ఫర్ కేరింగ్ ఫర్ మదర్ అండ్ చైల్డ్. మేము చాలా సీరియస్ కేసెస్ని ఇప్పటి వరకు సేవ్ చేశాము. అందరికీ హైదరాబాద్లో, మొత్తం ఇండియాలో తెలుసు. మాకు చాలా ప్రైజెస్ వచ్చాయి ఆల్ ఓవర్ ఇండియా లెవెల్లో. కానీ దానిని ఇంకా కొన్ని ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ యాడ్ చేసి దానిని ఇంకా మెరుగుగా లాంచ్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో ఈ మధ్య కంప్యూటర్ లెవెల్లో చెప్పాలి అంటే వర్షన్ 2.0. ఓకే, యా.
Over here and Gayatri Garu. So could you please have a round of applause for Gayatri Garu? And please, M stands for mother, and BRACE as in the baby, the birth, and then the next life continues. So why embrace? And one thing I would like to say is this is actually adding something to the. This is not like the other mother and child care unit. I actually asked Gayatri Garu to come and explain us why embrace and how it function and how it actually take the process further. Can I have a round of applause, please?
Unit. It's the fulfillment of a huge responsibility we have, which is going to be carried on as a hospital, as an institution that has always believed in working as one integrated team. For over 3 decades, we as Kamini Hospitals have stood beside families in their most critical moments. With Embrace, we embrace that promise today. Not just at every moment in life, but from the beginning itself. This is more than just a mother and child unit. It is a continuum of care that brings together fertility support, maternity services, neonatal and pediatric care, robotic assisted surgical capabilities, along with advanced anesthesia support, specialized neurocare, genetic screening, and counseling, mental health and wellness. This also includes support from emergency preparedness, obviously from the state-of-the-art critical care units that we have, and round-the-clock blood bank as well, ensuring that no mother and child feels ever unprotected. Because when it comes to mother and children, precision, preparedness and compassion must come together. We thought of Embrace because families today don't just need excellent treatment. They need connected care. Outcomes are shaped by early risk awareness, emotional well-being, and timely access to specialized support, especially when situations become more complex than expected. Embrace responds to the need by offering families clarity, continuity, and confidence. From fertility planning and pregnancy to childbirth and early childhood, all under one roof, supported by advanced ICUs, modern technology, and teams that are always ready, come day, come night. Here, care does not begin at admission and end at discharge. It follows the family every step of the way, even when they reach home. At its heart, Embrace is not about just reassurance, it's also about the kind of care that you would want to deliver. It follows the family every step of the way. It's our way of saying to every mother and every family, you are not alone on this journey. Today, we invite you to experience what Embrace truly is going to mean. We look forward to showing you what Embrace truly feels like. So hopefully you all embrace it along with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gayatri Garu. And now we would like to hear beautiful words about Embrace from Dr. Vasundhara Garu, Head of and Fertility. Could you please have a round of applause for Gayatri Garu?
Namaskaram to everybody, to all my colleagues here. Most hearty welcome to Mrs. Bhumika, Dr. Suresh Thomas, our Chief Consultant Pediatrics, Principal, Dr. Sudhir, the Chief CEO, Dr. Anjay Garu, all my senior colleagues, and we are very happy to be here, critical care colleagues, nurses, our backbone, midwives, our diagnostic center, everybody is here and we are very happy to be along with you here. I will be speaking in a mix of English and Telugu because now Telugu is my first tongue now, I should say. It's not my mother tongue, but I will be speaking because it's not my first tongue. So, Sankranti Subhakankshalu, the first outset. Today is the Karma Panduga, it's a very important day for all of us. And ఈ ఇంత మంచి రోజు ఒక సన్నటి అమ్మాయి అరణాములు నవ్వుతూ మన హాస్పిటల్కి వచ్చారు. రిమెంబర్ ది సాంగ్ అమ్మాయి సన్నగా మంచాన పడ్డాలి. సో మంచాన పడితే మనకి హాస్పిటల్ ఉంది. I'm a great fan of her. I've been following her since very many years, and the last movie which I think I liked her was Middle Class Abani, but her role was not very long in that, but she was an IAS officer in that. Anyway, but my favorite is my autobiography, Sweet Memories. Ravi Teja, and she sang a beautiful song was picturized on her. Maunamagane edugamani chettu neeku cheppindi, right? So such beautiful words she sang, and she was sang in a function, you know. I still remember it was she was heading an orphanage, and her role was beautiful. She's done such beautiful roles not only in Telugu but in Hindi also. And we welcome you, madam, all the mothers in this world. And you know what a mother goes through to have a baby. What makes a mother a mother. Now you all must be wondering why this Embrace. I was just reminiscing of this hospital. We started actually constructing it in 1991. When my baby was 2 months old, we started constructing. My baby sitting here. Now she looks after babies. Yeah. Dr. Bhargavi, she's a neonatologist. So she looks nice. Yeah, but that baby was 2 months old. December 1991, we started constructing this hospital. We completed parts of it in December 93, and we admitted our first patient in December 93. Okay, and the first baby I delivered here in March 94. Yeah, the baby is now 31 years old. So I was just now, I think that baby also had his own babies now. He's 31 years old and he's a colleague's sister's son. So we are as old as that now, and we have had a great career here. I'm so proud of my team here. December 98, I came back from England after training in various hospitals, and full time I took up this hospital. We've had a great career here. We have a great team here. And then it became a teaching institution, and we took up DNB here. After that, it became a medical college. and we have taken up the undergraduate and postgraduate course. How to manage respiratory diseases, whatever.
They were born. From the time they took their first step, from the time they started speaking, and much beyond that. I was a part of that family, especially for the new mothers. They want me to tell them what to do. I said, you are a mother. In those days, there was no internet. Whatever the mother knew, she was getting it from her mother and possibly from other friends and colleagues. Not now. Now there is a lot of information. So the mothers had a very, very good advice from all of us, and the children grew up with all our bonding. They needed us, and we were like sometimes an agony aunt. Even non-medical things they would ask us. So that whole family bonding was always there, even though the children have become big. Embrace. The concept of embrace is to strengthen this bonding between the family and us. Us means the hospital, the doctors, and all the people who are caring for the mother and child. From advanced neonatal and pediatric care, support to early, something serious or not, after consulting the doctors, definitely she will feel better and not worry unnecessarily over trivial symptoms. For the mother, it may be very, scary thing. But once they meet the team, they know that things can be normal. So when families know they have expert care, emotional support and emergency services available at all times, they have immense sense of relief and peace. And maybe they can sleep well if the child sleeps well. To me, Embrace reflects the soul of Kamineni hospitals, a place where children are not just patients.
The entire world for her. So Embrace is embracing the challenges of the mother, how she would take care of a child, and also dealing everything around her, like counseling to the entire family from the pre-conception counseling to the child care. So it's like the entire world we're covering it for her. So can we have a huge round of applause for the entire idea and the vision of Embrace? And I want to request our...
It is not just a series of isolated moments, but one continuous journey that impacts many lives. So hence the topic for the panel discussion was Many Lives, One Journey, Everything Mother and Child. So I think we'll go first to Ms. Bhumika, so that we start off the session with you. We have a mic right beside you. What do you feel is the most underestimated aspect of motherhood journey that families need to acknowledge?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today amongst all of you for such a wonderful new launch. So I want to thank Vasundhara Garu and Gayatri Garu. Thank you, Suresh. Lovely to hear you all talk. I am a younger mother, so I think mine will be able to talk better. But since the question has been asked to me, I think very important is for a happy mother and a happy wife. For me, not only do we raise children and mold them. I was last night talking to my son, and we are all actually pops, So we mold our children, but we also have to mold ourselves, because each day as the child grows, so are we growing. We are growing from one stage to another. From knowing, now if I have to go back to the baby stage, I'm a pro. It's like acting 25 years and going back to that, you know what you're doing. But somebody says, you're a mother to a 12-year-old and you're going to be a mother to a 15 or 16-year-old. I really don't know what I'm in for. Right? So I think for a family to understand, it's not very easy to be a mother, but it's the most joyous thing a woman can go through in her life. Because you're not only raising a child who's going to be physically healthy, which all of you are doing a fantastic job at, taking care of prenatal, postnatal, making her pregnancy easy and delivering, and then telling a mother how to take care of the child. Like Dr. Suresh said very nicely that we didn't have internet those days. And so our internet were all of you here sitting here. You were our internet. You were our information. Find information. Go to Dr. Suresh or go to Dr. Sinha and say, I feel this. What should I do? And so you'll enlighten us. Now we just kind of type. But here we find emotional bonding with the doctors. Having said that, if you have a family, so while you were taking care of the embrace unit, and you said you are also going to involve families here to make them understand about child or birth or whatever, it's very important for a family to come together to support a mother to raise a child. Because a mother, like I'm a working woman, and even if you're not working, just being a housewife or a mother is an equally important job, or probably a bigger job. Because when you step out, you are taking time off for yourself. I see a lot of moms say when I go for work, I'm not working. So I'm actually relaxing. But when you go back, you're actually working, you're never on a break. So families should come together in your embrace unit, like you said, you're going to encourage families to come together to raise a child. That's such a wonderful thing, and I'm very proud of how many hospitals which have come out with this new unit, embrace, after so many years of being here, existing already. A mother needs all the support from prenatal to postnatal to delivery to, we talk about breastfeeding or we talk about raising children. We need all the support from, really good doctors, nurses, midwives, and families. If we have that, we will do a better job. If we have a good support system around us, we'll be good professionals and mothers also. So that support system is very important. And I'll hand it over to you after this. So you just go ahead and ask the next question. Thank you.
So the next question is to my mother, Dr. And look at the mother's overall well-being. You can go a little bit on the clinical side.
Everybody. Yes, it is important. Till now we have been only clinicians of very high quality, right? But now this is the need for what is called as 360 degrees care. The days are gone when you are just a doctor and if the patient tells you something, you just brush it off. You can't do that nowadays. Yeah. So we need to listen to the patients and have a 360 degree view of their problem. Like Dr. Suresh Thomas said, those days we used to have our mothers with us, our grandmothers with us, or some other senior relative as we had in our family. Some senior relatives who used to be in the family. The families have become more and more nuclear, hum do hamara ek sort of thing. So it's difficult to get advice in the middle of the night. In those days, our grandmother would get up and say, take this, take that, and you'll be fine. That it was more of a what we should say, sort of moral support. I don't think all those medicines really work, or maybe they worked also, but all those chitkalu, but they did help. They gave you support in the middle of the night when you had nowhere else to go. So now that as the families are becoming smaller, health is becoming very difficult, and that's why we need a 360-degree care. So it's not enough to be just an excellent clinician. We need to listen to the patients more and integrate. If you can't do the counseling, we are not trained counselors. I'm very sorry to say, curriculum also, but we have it in our postgraduate curriculum definitely. And especially if you are trained in England or some other countries, then we have sessions how to break bad news, how to give good news, how to say no. We had classes on how to say no. So these are all the things which they used to teach us as doctors, as postgraduate trainee doctors. So we need to integrate ourselves more and more into the needs of the patient. That should be highlighted. The needs of the patient, not just
are together. Physically, the physical contact itself helps in early development, and it is faster if the mother talks to the child, handles the child, and always the mother is there for the baby. If the mother and child is separated, then there will be some problems with the development. Now they recommend not only rooming in, bedding in. The baby also should be on the same bed and not in a cradle. That is better for the baby. There should be an auditory stimulus for the baby. Maybe a physical stimulus, only the mother can do. Other people will come and say, oh, baby is so cute, so nice, cheeks are big. But there is nothing for the baby there. But the mother who cares, who changes the diapers, that interaction itself will help the baby to develop better.
Thank you.
Definitely. But I think also when a mother gives birth to a child, the focus is immediately on the baby, and very few people look at the mother and say, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And I think that dialogue, that compassionate stance has to be there, because happy baby, happy mother, but also happy mother, happy baby. Right? Like, it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to support a mother. Not just from a partner, but in your family, your immediate family, your in-laws, your friends, doctors, counselors, all that really matters to make sure the mother is happy and the child is happy.
Thank you so much.
New times. Why is it like more preferred?
Why is it more preferred than novel?
Yeah.
Right. This is a very
academic question, Mrs. Bhumika. It can be a laywoman's question as well as a very academic question being discussed at very world forums. The All India Congress of Gynecology Obstetrics is going on in Delhi right now. So even there it gets discussed. So what is an ideal cesarean section rate? How many babies should be born by cesarean section? So I think it's now AI should answer now. It's not enough that the AI should take all the data of the last 100 years and look at the longevity. So we have some computer experts here sitting here, AI.
I think it's more to do with when you go to school, you drop your child at school, you pick them up, and all the mothers are standing. My child is doing this, that. I think they are telling them. Then after a point, you're like, all children are different. But this does come to your mind. I don't know if anyone here, how many of you are mothers and how many got that thought, but I drop my child to school, I pick him up when I'm not working. I'm a house mother and a housewife. And I do my work at home like a normal, ordinary girl, woman. But yes, oh, he's doing so many classes, oh, he's doing so much. My child doesn't do, I'm not doing. Then you're like, you know what, just leave it. Because every child and every mother has a different path, and let's just let them be. So I am taking a different path, and it's okay. But this thought does come to a lot. I think a lot of mothers go through this, whether it's school time or it's classes or it's or whatever. It can be anything. So if we just figure that we've got our own journey separate and we've got our own paths and this destiny is going to take care of, just work hard and enjoy.
That's a very good answer. So, sir, the last question to you. I'll just turn the question around. How does a child get affected? So now we're seeing the emperor child syndrome, where there's only one grandchild.
I have to accept that. I keep not terrible because I let my child do whatever. I let my child do whatever he wants, yet I pull. And sometimes I see to other people, she keeps saying nagging all day. But I come from an army background and my father was in the army. My brother's also in the army right now. And the way we were brought up was very different. My mom was very, very kind and very strict. And you have to be that, I mean, I have a helper at home, and so these things also should be taught when the mother is giving birth because we don't realize we're going into a different generation. So this kind of, I think, in your embrace segment, you have to give this after 10 years what happened, prepare now. Don't prepare after 10 years. So as doctors, what Sundara ma'am said, not just have medicine, have this, have that. And you have to have a department which teaches mothers psychological thing 10 years later. Because not only are you raising human bodies, but you're raising people who are going to touch other lives. If I'm not a good person and I'm touching 10 people more lives, then what kind of person are you leaving behind for the society? In a generation of AI and internet, what are you leaving behind? You're not leaving a good human being behind. And if you don't have a good human being and a person who's disciplined or a person who's strict and firm with what they want, I mean, you're just kind of, I'd rather put it very poorly saying it's breeding. So we're not here to do that. We're here to raise good human beings. And please involve this section in your pre-postnatal segment where you teach your parents that after 5 years, after 10 years, where we are headed, you be prepared. So please involve that because I feel today that I just want to say that motherhood and being professional is a lot of work. I think all of us know that. If you can take out an hour a day for yourself, it could be going wherever you want, doing yoga, watching a movie, going down for a walk in the garden. I go to the club and some that. But just, you need that 1 hour to feel better about yourself because if you keep going on, you burn yourself. You burn yourself, you get tired, and your tiredness is going to get the worst out of you. So take that 1 hour out for yourself every day. That's the only tip I have to give. That's the only time. Don't burn at both ends of life because if you burn